PHP part 6 I'll show you iteration loops. Because will be about while loops, do while loops, for loops. So each loop will be the final 7 6 part. The sponsor for this video is ojamboshop.com. Just drop a part template for Ojambo. Original themes and templates are available at ojamboshop.com. In order to follow along with this tutorial, the following tools are required: the editor, terminal view final output, install Java and PHP. I'll use Dini, but any text editor will work. Ojambo.com like the programming editor. The link is ojambo.com/review and lightweight programming editors. Begin our video and save a new file as iteration loops Java, and the class name also iteration loops. Now I'll declare variable and assign the value immediately. So int counter equals 0, it's integer. So while counter less than 10 into system.out.println counter is, then terminate the counter with last sign and just increment counter by 1, just counter plus. Okay. Then I'm going to put in file. It's going to be iteration loops.php. Example loops iteration test for each iteration. for Java and PHP are the same. Next one, for each and we'll talk about in the last part of this series, which will be next week. As I discussed in the next part of the introduction to Java and PHP series, there is a perfect example for each loops. What I use for loop and call express for each. So we'll initialize the value and we'll dynamic it, and then we'll spin out the value. That's it. And we'll save this. In our copy and paste for PHP, because Java PHP for statements work the same way but have different syntax. So the first difference is, of course, the arrays in PHP. We use the array, array there. We don't actually use brackets, but we use the no brackets. And for each, we use the word for each. And we numerate the variable and we use address value the new variable, and code print the array value. Java uses actual for each. Then somebody compile and execute. So working with the Java, you see an error there. So how do you just can you about quick control? And you can see output here from command the Java duration loop of Java create duration loop pass and Java you can compile execute. And next let's compile the PHP. And give me an error because I should not use square brackets for the array. No, is it fine? No, I see the here we can also do the same thing. Look at line PHP mysql duration.php. That's compiling and then execute PHP PHP. Without any options. That's everything fine. Now Java is case sensitive and variable is dealing with what is better. Java requires specific variables, while PHP only needs a dollar sign. Java and PHP share the same relation set as while loops and for loops. Remember to visit the tutorials